welcome back to Rolling the Bob. I'm your host, Zach Moore. We're back for some more NASCAR news and content to cover today. Excited to chat it up, talk about some topics that dropped. This is meant to be the first episode of the new year, but due to, I'm not really great at editing, so I get behind or I mess stuff up. Sometimes it gets really late. Right now it's 7:35 when I'm making this episode, so it'll probably most likely be out tomorrow when you're watching this. But excited to be here, excited to talk about some NASCAR content. So let's get into it. First topic, Denny Hamlin got engaged to Jordan Fish. Congrats to them two. I gotta say, the caption for this post is golden. Rings, DH, 0. Jordan, 1. I mean, it's awesome. It just plays along with the whole thing because everyone, makes fun of Denny Hamlin because he has no championships. He probably would have a championship by now if we were in a different format, but that's not what we're in now. New format. But congrats to those two. Who knows, man? And engaged Denny Hamlin could be a scary one. I'm not sure when they're getting married, but that's not my issue. I'm gonna stop talking about that and get into some NASCAR news, some spotter news. Josh Williams has officially announced where he's going. He's going to be the spotter for Zane Smith. This is big. He was with Ryan Blaney, won a championship with him, and then left him to go to a Spire. I think Spire they just have a whole new model. They're willing to pay the spotters big time money to come spot for them, and I assume that's what this is. But Josh Williams was the spotter for Zane Smith during the Truck Series, so they have some chemistry there. Ready for Zane Smith to get a top level spotter. But I'll just read what he had to say in his X post. New year, new house. Couldn't be more excited to announce my new home with Team Trackhouse. I really admire the culture that Justin Marks and Ty Norris have built in just a few short years at TH. Watching the growth and atmosphere is something I really want to be a part of and continue to drive for. It's an easy fit, already being with Zane Smith the last 4 years in the Truck Series to help with the transition into full-time Cup racing, which will be a challenging but rewarding task with that. In the collab with Spire Motorsports, I will spend 2024 with Zane on the 71 car. Looking forward to working with those guys and beginning the next chapter. Thanks to everyone at Trackhouse and Spire for the opportunity, and let's get to work. Happy New Year. So that was Josh Williams' response. I guess I didn't know, but 4 years in Truck Series, so they have a ton of experience with each other. So big deal. It'll be a big time get for Spire and I guess Trackhouse too, because I guess Trackhouse is signed. I mean, Josh Williams is signed to Trackhouse type thing, but because Spire is leasing Zane over to drive for them. Next topic. Sonoma Raceway posted a picture of their track after the pave. They just finished up the repaving, it seems like. Brand new asphalt on that track. I gotta say, the picture looks beautiful. Man, I think fans and NASCAR the track was trying to push to get this race closer to the beginning of the season because it looks freaking beautiful at this time of year, that green grass. But it's still going to be the same area. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this new pavement, how it changes and it makes the racing better or worse. There's going to be a lot more grip on the track, and these cars already have so much grip. So we'll see. Last year's race wasn't as fun or entertaining. We'll see. I assume they're going to have a little bit. There might be some changes to the short track package, which also means the road course package. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, really, really cool and exciting stuff. Trackhouse announces that SVG will go double duty. He'll run the season opening ARCA race for Pinnacle Racing Group, in addition to making his Xfinity Series debut with Team Chevy. So SVG will get a little bit of a taste of what super speedway racing is like. I think this was also reported by a not as trusted source as Trackhouse that he would be doing this, but big deal for SVG. I know he had a media scum. He had a media press conference a couple weeks ago talking about how, and one of those things as super speed racing is going to be one of the more unknowns, and one of the more he's very interesting to see how he'll adapt to, because there's nothing else like super speedway racing. It's pack racing, high speeds, high banks. You're this close from each other. One mistake, you got the whole field. I feel like super speed racing gets a lot of flack because there's nothing else like it. But a lot of people would say it's not racing as well because there's nothing really much you can do besides just hit the gas and draft. But I do think there takes a lot of skill. It is very hard, and also the whole element of luck. People don't like luck in racing; they want it to be all skill. But I think that's what makes, I feel like, the super speed racing a little more challenging because you need all elements: skill, luck, a great team, great car. Well, no, this is going to be great for Shane Vegas. We're going to kind of give him a taste, give him a feeling for what it's going to be like before he goes in and competes for the Xfinity Series race and the race after that. But yeah, big deal for SVG and Trackhouse. Next topic, Stewart-Haas Racing has decided in the first week of the year to talk about and remind fans of their DNA. They posted in this X post, "We've seen the doubters and heard all the haters, but anyone who doubts us doesn't really know us. So we're kicking off the 2024 reminding everyone of who we are. Because as racers, we never lost our ambition. And as a team, we always stayed true to our DNA." So they're just talking, they want to, talk about the history, what they're built on, their core values, their DNA. They got little videos talking about being real and raw. I kind of like it, being relentless, all those things that they've lived by and stand by as a team. They're going to have a great young group of drivers, blue collar, hard working. They come from the short track ranks, late model series stuff. They all worked really hard to get to this level. I think they're all capable drivers, very good drivers. I think can all win in the Cup Series. They also talk about calling out the haters and how the haters already know them. I felt like the hate last year was all worthy. They didn't perform well. They were terrible. For a 4-car team, they didn't do well, especially with Kevin Harvick last year. Fans wanted him to do well, and Stewart-Haas wasn't really able to give him the cars and capability to go win races. So it's disappointing. And there's also talk if Stewart-Haas if Tony Stewart is dedicated the same, and if he cares enough about this team, he's definitely, he's talking about how it's not just him. It's about hiring the right people. He's definitely, he's going off and doing drag racing, right? He has a lot more. He probably enjoys hanging out with his wife more, racing, running that team. That team's been really successful. They just won a 30-car championship in NHRA. So there's just a lot of questions. I feel like they haven't really done much improvement. I know they definitely believe in this new Mustang, this new dark horse Mustang. That could really help them. I think it's going to help them, but they're definitely not going to have the same. Also, they're not going to have the same support from the RFK and the Team Penske get from Ford. So I will see young drivers, inexperienced, hungry, proven. But you can do all of this stuff, but if you're not performing well, there's going to be questions again, and then I think you're going to make yourself look bad. You want to. It's like you want to remind everyone that you care and your team is working hard. But if you're not performing, if you don't perform this year, there's going to be a lot more eyeballs and there's going to be a lot more questions on what's really going on. I'm excited for Stewart-Haas. I think they're going to improve, but I still see them being the third. If anything, I think they'll be the third best Ford team. I still see RFK and Team Penske being the top dogs. I think Front Row was better than them last year, had more wins than them. I think Front Row is going to be good again. So I think we're really going to figure out what Stewart-Haas is made of by maybe like the first 10 races. We'll see. By week 10, it'll be interesting to see where they are. But yeah, interesting stuff. Looking forward to Stewart-Haas. Last topic, Bob Proctor's tweet about the full practice and qualifying schedules for all 38 races in 2024. He tweeted the updated tentative weekend schedule grid for the 2024 tentative Daytona schedule, same as last year with no Cup practice before single car qualifying Wednesday night. First on-track activity is the Daytona 500 pole qualifying with cars then impounded for the duels on Thursday. The big story about this is the schedule for the Daytona 500. The weekend schedule, which they call speed weeks, it's not really speed weeks anymore. It's, half a week. Well, there's a whole ongoing thing. Drivers kind of want practice before the qualifying. There's no practice before they qualify for the biggest race that NASCAR puts on, the biggest crowd, the biggest race, the most important race all year. And the schedule's the same. The first on-track activity will be qualifying for the biggest race. Now, the only spots that really matter are the first and the pole and the second spot, because those are the only spots that are locked in. But the thing is, last year they had a bunch of issues. Calling racing had issues; they could barely get going, get up to speed. The money team had issues in the duels. I mean, they even talk about when they had Travis Pastrana, they had to learn how to get up to speed through the gears with Travis Pastrana in their parking lot in their shop. I mean, I just don't get it. Why they're gonna have qualifying and then on Wednesday, and then they're gonna have the duels on Thursday, and then they're gonna have one practice session on Friday and one practice session on Saturday. Why couldn't you just move one of those practice sessions? I just don't get it. I don't think they really need two practice sessions. They're doing practice after they just did the duels, after they did like a mini race. I think practice is still important. I think you should just have one practice, but why can't you just move that other practice before? And again, dude, cost is probably always the reason. Money is always the root of everyone's problems. Every decision is made due to money. I just feel like everything's backwards here, man. You don't even have to have an hour-long practice. Just do it like 20 minutes, like they do. Like every other race, every other practice and qualifying session is going to be 20-minute sessions. That's it. Why couldn't you just do a 20-minute session? One half of the field does 20 minutes, the other half does 20 minutes. Just let the drivers get the cobwebs off, right? Yes, they're going to have the clash, so they'll be in the cars, but they're going like 65 mile an hour. They're going to be going close to 200 mile an hour at this track. So just give them a feel for it. You just 20 minutes, dude. Let the guys get a little feel, get a couple laps in. Make sure the setups of the car are good. Nothing's going to happen fluky during qualifying. I mean, it's qualifying for the biggest race, and they're not changing anything. I just think it's ridiculous. I feel like NASCAR, they talk about they listen to their fans, the drivers the most and the best. But here, I just don't understand, dude. I don't get it, dude. I just feel like it just ruins the whole prestige. I mean, qualifying, and I get it, qualifying only matters for 2 spots. But it's still qualifying. Your first on-track stuff is going to be qualifying. And it's for your biggest race. And you're not going to have a practice session. I think there's a clip I was listening of Bubba Wallace talking about it being unprofessional.
Right there, Bubba. What is this moment like? Going to crawl in your car and get her up to speed and qualify with no practice?
Yeah, I get it. But I don't. It's their first race to start the season, and we don't look like professionals, which we're supposed to look like. So I think practice would have been key.
It just makes our series look silly and like, gosh. I don't get it, dude. I'm not smart enough to understand it, and I'm not going to say stuff like I know what I'm talking about. But it just doesn't make any sense to me, dude. And I really hate drivers want more practice. I don't know if the owners want more practice. I understand why not having. We don't need three hour sessions of practice every week, but at least an hour. I mean, drivers, and especially when you get new drivers like SVG, when you get these new guys coming in, look like David Reagan. He's making his first he's making his first attempt at the next gen car, first time ever. And his first time in the seat will be qualifying for the race, and that's important because he's an open car. The open cars, that's more important. It's probably a bigger deal for the open cars because they're having one-off drivers. Some drivers haven't raced in a long time, and their first attempt is qualifying, and qualifying is huge. 2 spots. 2 spots qualify for the 500 during qualifying, single car qualifying, and then the other 2 spots qualify during the duels. So yeah, I don't understand, man. It's so frustrating. It doesn't make any sense, dude. I mean, just give them about 20-minute session, dude. Let them get the feel of the car, let them get the cobwebs off, the rust off. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Even I guess also the clash at the Coliseum. I guess that hasn't been decided yet what they're going to do there. But yeah, it just stinks. I think all fans and drivers want more practice and qualifying because the more on-track product is, the more opportunity you're going to get fans for a longer period of the weekend. If there's not much practice and qualifying, you're just going to have fans show for the Cup race. You can really sell it better. Teams and tracks can sell it. Camping spots better because there's a lot more on track. The more you give, the more opportunity is to make money and have more fans show up at the racetrack. Interesting stuff. That's a wrap on today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe. We're getting closer to the season. I'm looking forward to having out my way too early playoff predictions soon. I got some more fun videos. Please comment down below what you think. But I enjoy doing this stuff. I try my best to put out good content, and I never try to claim anything. I'm just a fan. It's just from a fan's point of view. And but yeah, I enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, y'all.